Ford has finally started ramping up its Mustang Mach-E SUV, which many think may be the first real competition for Tesla's Model Y. Elon Musk has already thrown a few curveballs at Ford by bringing the Model Y to market much earlier than expected, throwing Ford off guard, and Ford has stumbled with delays and a very slow rollout of its vehicle. While both companies have been affected by the pandemic, the Mach-E and the Model Y were supposed to be released around the same time in 2020, but now we're seeing how quickly Tesla has managed to ramp up Model Y production. In the first quarter of this year, Tesla delivered almost 185,000 electric vehicles, and it's estimated that about 1/3 of Tesla's entire production units are now Model Ys. The speed at which Tesla has been able to bring up a new electric vehicle from 0 to 1/3 of their production in just 1 year grossly underestimates how quickly Tesla is able to move. Now Ford is throwing everything they've got in Tesla's direction, doing their best to make fun of them on Twitter any chance they get, but this hasn't deterred Tesla at all. Arguably, it has actually helped them. Meanwhile, Elon Musk has said in the past that he didn't believe Ford would survive the next recession. However, Ford has been able to come out of 2020 even though their sales have seen a massive decline. So let's have a closer look at what appears to be Elon Musk's plan to wreck Ford's business. Ford has numerous battles to fight in this uphill climb. While they're battling Tesla on multiple fronts, they're going to have to start by battling themselves. Before we begin, we'd like to give a very special thanks to our sponsor for this video, Brilliant.org. Brilliant is a problem-solving based website and app with a hands-on approach to learning math, computer science, and engineering. I was actually looking at their Intro to Neural Networks course, which helps to teach concepts similar to those used in Tesla's full self-driving software to have the vehicle drive on its own. I found that the level of interaction in this course is pretty amazing and helps to deliver rich, hands-on learning experiences. Brilliant has over 60 courses that have storytelling, code writing, and interactive challenges. So head on over to brilliant.org/themarketisopen and you can sign up for free. And also the first 200 people that go to that link will get 20% off the annual premium subscription. So check out brilliant.org/themarketisopen right now to take advantage of their offer. The Mustang Mach-E is Ford's real foray into the electric vehicle space. They started with an SUV since their regular car sales are about 1/5 the size of their SUV sales, at least in the United States. Now, calling this vehicle a Mustang may cause some brand confusion among Ford buyers, since Mustang enthusiasts are well aware that this isn't a Mustang, and non-Mustang buyers are simply not looking for a Mustang. However, Ford is hoping that this vehicle will put it on the playing field for EVs while doing minimal damage to its highly profitable gas-powered business. It probably also doesn't help that the front face of this vehicle looks like an evil clown. Now, briefly looking at fund manager Ross Gerber's experience trying to buy the Mach-E, because I think it highlights why Ford will have an uphill battle against itself. When Ross spoke to the dealership, they told him that there was a $5,000 surcharge since demand was so high for this vehicle. However, when he actually arrived to the dealership, there were 15 of them just sitting on the lot. So the Ford dealerships are trying to deter people from buying their electric vehicles. And that makes perfect sense if you're a dealership, since EVs don't need oil changes or coolant or spark plugs, and even changing the brakes isn't required nearly as much if regenerative braking is mostly used. And these services are all the primary, most highly profitable sources of revenue for the dealership. So why would they sell a car that leads them to going out of business? Tesla's online-only sales model was predicted to disrupt the dealership model, which hasn't exactly happened yet. However, the quote-unquote competition has finally arrived, and it will now become evident how much the dealerships slow down these Tesla killers. Tesla has also been able to consolidate all aspects of the vehicle industry under one roof, whereas traditionally the middlemen all need to get paid, increasing the costs to consumers. Motor Trend, the popular vehicle review and car ranking website, compared similar versions of the Ford Mustang Mach-E and the Tesla Model Y against each other. They concluded that the Mach-E was an impressive EV from Ford with all of the right ingredients, but stated that now it's time to refine the formula. For the Model Y, Motor Trend said that the Model Y's superior technology, range, charging setup, and interior space carry the day for now. That's a lot of things that the Mach-E needs to fix in order to catch up to where Tesla is today, assuming Tesla stands still over the next few years. Unfortunately for Ford, Tesla is accelerating in terms of the technology that's going into its vehicles. The upcoming versions of the Model Y, starting with Tesla's Gigafactory in Germany, will use giant casting machines not only to save on costs, but will make more consistent vehicles with fewer parts and reduce noise, vibration, and harshness. But the biggest challenge that Ford will have is that no matter how high the demand is for their vehicles, they simply do not have enough batteries to build them. Ford doesn't have a series of gigafactories like Tesla, which are not only capable of producing their own batteries, but Tesla's preparing to ramp up battery production to unseen heights with its new 4680 battery cell. This cell will unlock new vehicle capabilities, namely increased range and lower costs, the first two things consumers look at when buying a car, but more on this later. Tesla has years of experience producing EVs and fielding customer complaints, such that now they are on their fourth gigafactory, which will produce even more refined vehicles from a hardware standpoint. But the customer experience is what matters most, and software is used to control that. When Apple first launched the iPhone, they took their operating system from the Mac, which already handled power management, graphics, etc., and they adapted it for a mobile device. This instantly put them light years ahead of the dominant giants at the time, who scrambled to make a better operating system than what they had. All of the companies around ended up downsizing, so to speak, and Google was the only company able to quote-unquote save the rest of the industry, but even then it took years for Android to catch up to iOS, and only a handful of players survived. Tesla has not only been given a multi-year head start, but by being located in Silicon Valley, they have a talent advantage over competitors, and their software development expertise has simply been applied to making vehicles. Whether it's the seamless navigation of the vehicle's main screen, finding superchargers on their homegrown global network, dog mode, sentry mode, free over-the-air updates, and back-end server software that helps to create an AI responsible for the full self-driving capability, Tesla's real advantage lies in an area that's difficult to quantify by looking at the vehicle specs. And once a driver is familiar with Tesla's features, anything less than that's found in a competing vehicle is frustrating and annoying. Since Tesla has been the company to change the course of the industry, their vision has allowed them to have the first mover advantage. Consumers are willing to give companies the benefit of the doubt when they are inventing something new. This has given Tesla the opportunity to refine their product over time. Ford, however, and any other EV maker is up against Tesla and will have much tougher compares. For instance, Motor Trend cites that it took them 35 minutes to charge up their Tesla Model Y to 75% with 230 miles of range at a 250 kilowatt supercharger. However, for the Mach-E, they had trouble finding a fast charger and had to use a 50 kilowatt charger, which took them an hour and 45 minutes to charge up, and wasted time using the Ford Pass app, which is not necessary in a Tesla. The Mach-E's experience also included power delivery interruptions and error messages generated by the app. Tesla, on the other hand, is extremely similar to Apple here, controlling the full experience, making it consistent each time, no matter where you are, and seamless and convenient by integrating the supercharger software with the vehicle software to make it a great experience. Ford will have none of that since they need third-party chargers, and their unrefined software will need to interface with more unrefined, clunky software in order to do something as simple as charging. Motor Trend also says that later this year, Ford will offer Active Drive Assist, a $600 over-the-air upgrade that should offer similar functionality to Tesla, such as hand-free driving limited to 100,000 miles of mapped divided highways. Ford has been making fun of Tesla for years, but now it's their turn at the plate. Ford relies heavily on third-party software from Intel-owned Mobileye for its driver assistance systems. While Tesla has focused on a vision system to simulate how humans drive, Mobileye has been busy trying to map the world, which changes constantly. They will also need to interface with Ford, which has very little software know-how. This relationship will be a demonstration of how difficult it is to work with third parties on critical software. Tesla's vertically integrated strategy mimics that of Apple's, who was also laughed at for many years until it was the competition's turn to step up. Ford is planning to put out this 6-year-old feature later this year and has the guts to charge customers $600 for the over-the-air update of a basic feature. I think this is very important and a huge differentiating factor between how car buying used to be and what Tesla has turned it into nowadays. I don't think customers will stand for paying perpetually and not knowing what the cost will be for new features after they've purchased the vehicle. Also, stop using Yahoo Finance, stop using Google Finance, and check out our website, themarketisopen.com, where we have instant stock quotes and financial data for every stock going back 10 years, and it's all freely available. Now, Ford is undergoing a company-wide restructuring as they have been stuck in a long-term decline. They're now investing billions of dollars into EVs as they are far behind Tesla in every imaginable category and have been caught flat-footed as Ford outsources a huge percentage of the components and software of every vehicle they sell. Ford also measures their success in EVs based on how much money they've spent. They've closed 10 manufacturing sites over the past 3 years and realized what they call headcount efficiencies of 30,000 people. Sounds like a great place to work. I guess every Ford employee is currently a headcount inefficiency. This restructuring is called their asset-light model. This is contrary to Tesla, which is looking to hire aggressively as they expand. But one important takeaway here, in my opinion, is that by the end of 2021, their South America division will be focused on leadership in pickups and commercial vehicles. Actually, the entire company will be focusing on maintaining these segments where Ford already leads. Last year, in the United States, Ford saw a large decline in all of their vehicle segments. The car division is the smallest, and they continue to focus less on this and more on the highly profitable SUVs. But even larger than SUVs is Ford's bread and butter, where they really make all their money from and dominate the market, and that's trucks. Ford has the best-selling truck in the United States, the F-150. Now, Ford is preparing to release an electric F-150 to focus on the segments where it already leads and try to maintain the lead there. But while Ford's current focus is an uphill battle with the Mustang Mach-E against the Model Y, Tesla is quietly attacking Ford from a different angle. This is where batteries become extremely important, something that Tesla has been focusing on and iterating upon for many years, and Ford has just woken up and realized that they're required. If you think that the lack of batteries will slow down the ramp for the Mustang Mach-E, consider that an electric F-150 will use considerably more batteries per vehicle since it's a much larger vehicle. We're going from a gas guzzler to a battery drainer with the F-150. Now, Tesla has been preparing the Cybertruck for launch, and people have thus far laughed at Tesla over the look of the vehicle, complained that it's late to market, and said that the competition will destroy this thing. But while everyone has written off the Cybertruck and is distracted on Ford's Mach-E, Tesla is going right after the core of Ford's business, which is the pickup truck division. The first thing people say is Cybertruck's not a pickup truck. Well, here, let me help you visualize it. The Cybertruck is designed from the ground up to be better than the Ford F-150 in every way. Tesla has made this very clear, and for some reason, either no one believes them or they're going to deny it until it happens. The next biggest complaint I've heard is that while the Cybertruck has great specs, the F-150 is more functional. This is strange to me because I think that the Cybertruck is purposely built to be more functional than the F-150. It's literally designed to outperform the F-150 in every way. Tesla doesn't care about any other brand. They want to take out the leader in the space, the brand that has the highest market share. They even cite the F-150 in their presentation. They even had the tug-of-war thing against the F-150. They want to crush the best-selling pickup truck in the country, the F-150. And that happens to be Ford's largest business and best-selling vehicle. If anything happens to the F-150, it could be devastating for Ford. Ford has enjoyed 44 years of the F-150 being the best-selling pickup truck in the United States. But I think that the Cybertruck could absolutely wreck Ford's business. The electric F-150 will be as clunky as the Mach-E. Tesla has already had years of experience bringing electric vehicles to the market, and the refined software will be loaded onto the Cybertruck with an upgraded UI, and it will have all the features that you expect from a Tesla, an F-150, and more. This vehicle will have a 6.5-foot bed, more power, more torque, and will be much cheaper to fuel than any other gas-powered equivalent, significantly cheaper to fuel. The F-150s themselves aren't cheap to begin with, and so with an electric Cybertruck that is being priced almost the same as Tesla's Model Y, this will decimate Ford's gas-powered business hands down. Ford's only hope, in my opinion, is their electric F-150. Except, not even looking at Ford's software and specs, there's one major problem. Ford has no batteries to power their F-150. The reason why the Cybertruck has been delayed multiple times is because Tesla is waiting on the build-out of their most advanced factory yet, Giga Texas, better known as Terra Texas, signifying that this factory will be pumping out gigawatt hours of batteries like crazy, all for Tesla. In addition, Tesla will be sucking the battery supply from every other supplier in the world for its other vehicles. Therefore, even if Ford released its electric F-150 around the same time that Cybertruck rolls off the line, Tesla's ramp-up speed, as I highlighted earlier with the Model Y, will far outpace anything Ford can do with its limited EV production and supplier-bought batteries. Tesla will not only have plenty of batteries for themselves, but its batteries will have much higher energy density and lower costs than any other supplier in the world that Ford may be sourcing from. This will give Tesla's Cybertruck a wide open playing field where it might be up against a tiny number of clunky electric F-150s, but really it will grab sales left and right from gas-guzzling, environment-destroying, very expensive to operate Ford F-150s. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about the Model Y versus the Ford Mach-E and the secret/not-so-secret plan for Cybertruck to steamroll the F-150. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Don't forget to check out our sponsor links in the description, and a huge shout out to our patrons that help to support our channel. Your support helps us to continue to make great content. Thank you guys so much for watching.